Why are so many students and educators running on fumes, merely surviving, but not really thriving in nursing education? Today's topic, how to use the power of the 3 P's to fill up your tank and go the distance in nursing education. The 3 P's are really simply 3 words that start with P that all have incredible relevance and can help you go the distance in nursing education. Pace, priorities, and purpose. And let's look at each of these in depth. The first P is pace. Now, how fast is your gerbil wheel spinning right now, regardless of the role that you have in nursing education? You know, for me, I've been spinning way too fastly. I just completed my PhD studies, and for 2+ years, I was going really fast, kind of on the proverbial full speed ahead with my business, with clinical practice, and my PhD studies. And you know what? I had little room for error as well as margin and was going faster than I would like to have gone. But I have a question for you. Whether you're a student or an educator, is the pace that you're on right now, is it really sustainable to go the distance? We need to remember that it's a pace. It's a marathon, not a sprint in nursing education. And so we need to recognize that, yeah, we sometimes need to be unbalanced for a season, but we need to make it as short as possible, because wind sprints, you can't do those for miles. You can do them for 100 yards, 200 yards. In the same way, we need to do the same thing. And we also need to look at whose pace are you following. You know, just because other educators or students are going full bore ahead and maybe going faster than they should, you don't need to follow their example. You need to find what I would call going at the speed of soul. You know, your spirit and your emotional health are dependent upon going at a pace that's going to nurture your spirit and your soul. And when you're going too fast, you are basically running on empty way too quickly, and you will not have the gas in your tank to go the distance. And if you're a student, I have a really important question for you, because this is all related to pace and to your work-life balance, and sometimes too much work. What are you willing to give up to make nursing school a priority? Because sometimes we self-inflict by taking on too much when we need to let go. The second P is priorities. You know, what is really most important in your life? And you know, does your schedule reflect it? So when you look at what's really important, it's all about relationships. That with your spouse, your children, your family, your friends, even your faith in your relationship with God. But when you're in nursing education, the tyranny of the urgent is a powerful metaphor and a statement that really captures where so many of us live at. We let the urgent, the test coming up with this reading, they're revising this PowerPoint, all of the emails to respond to, the urgent. And as we allow the urgent, which really demand our immediate attention, we neglect what's really most important in our lives. And those are the relationships that don't necessarily demand our immediate attention, but over time, if they're not nurtured, they, like a plant not given water, will begin to wilt and die. And like the old Joni Mitchell song said it all so eloquently from the late 60s, you don't know what you got till it's gone. That could be friendships, marriages, even your health. And so again, every one of us have got one life, one opportunity, one chance to get it right. Don't waste your life with misplaced priorities in everything that you do. Finally, the third P is purpose. And you know, if you're an educator, you know, why are you a nurse educator? What's motivating and driving you to really take and sacrifice, make less money, more stress, it's harder work in many ways than clinical practice. And that why must inspire you, though, to fulfill your purpose to go the distance in nursing education, because nursing education is hard. And when you forget your why, you spiral and you begin to throw it all away and saying, this online teaching and everything else that's going on right now, it's too much. I can't do this anymore. But your reason for being in nursing education is not accidental. Your life has a purpose, and those desires that you have to teach are God-given, I believe, and there for a reason. And that why needs to influence and inspire everything you do. So step back and take a look and say, why are you an educator? Is it a calling? Is it a passion? Do you love to do it? Or is it simply like not nursing practice, and I enjoy having my summers off if I have that opportunity? Because your why influences how you teach. If you have a passion to teach and love to teach, you're going to take the extra time and energy to do it differently, to transform your teaching, to make needed changes, to even bring in active learning that students will resist initially. Or if you're just kind of putting in your time, getting your summers off, you'll just kind of do what's needed, give your students what they want. And that's as far as you'll go. And you'll never be exceptional as an educator. But you know what? The same is true for students. Your why as a student matters. And I ask you the question, why do you want to be a nurse? Because the answer to that will determine the attitude that you have towards your studies. For example, if you feel a calling from God to be a nurse, or have a desire to serve and care and help others, that's going to influence how you study and how you learn. But if you're just looking for a secure, recession-proof job and make a pretty good wage, you'll just want to do what's needed. And so again, recognize that your why as a student, kind of reflect upon that and ask yourself, what does that look like? And one of the things that every great business has, as well as that individuals have, is a mission statement that identifies your why. Why do you do what you do? Do you have a vision to be the best? Motivation? What do you want to accomplish, or the legacy to leave in nursing education or as a nurse in practice? Think about what your why is, what it is that you want to leave behind, because you can make a difference if you're motivated for the right reasons. And, for example, my mission statement as Keith RN is that, I have a cause to transform nursing education by challenging the status quo. Now, I like to rock the boat in a good way. And I do that by providing educators with practical tools to transform the way nursing is taught to better prepare students for practice and licensure, and to empower educators to develop students to become superheroes in scrubs who save patient lives because they possess clinical judgment. And, for you, I want you to think about, whether you're a student or educator, what is your why? Think about that. Reflect upon it after this video. Then I want you to write it out. Then I want you to place it in the comment box to encourage others. And I want you to know that if you found this content helpful, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Think Like a Nurse, and share this video with others. And I want to thank you for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you next time.